Welcome to Simple Oracle DB. In this video we are going to import data into an Oracle table using Oracle SQL Developer. And in this example we're going to use an Excel file, but there is many types of files you can use to import data. So let's get started. Here we're showing our file that we want to import. It is an XLSX file, which is the later versions of Excel. And the data we're going to move in is the make and model of cars. So we got the make of Ford and models. And we got about 18 rows of data in which we're going to import. So let's move over to Oracle SQL Developer. Here I am logged in my XE database. I am in a schema called Moon. I'm logged in as. And the first thing I'm going to do is begin with creating a table. So I'm going to look at my Excel here. So we need two columns, one for make and one for model. And then I'm going to add a creation date column as well. So, and this time we need to kind of figure out how long a string we want, as this one is very minimal. And this one's a little longer, but I think I'm going to go with like 50 and 100 as my string length here. So let's go set up our table. So I'm going to start a create table statement. I'm going to name this cars table. I'm going to go car make this a 50 length. Car model of 100. And then I'm going to do a creation date of date. And I'm going to default this in as sysdate, the current date. And that's how I'm going to create it. So when we import a row, it'll automatically add a date as creation date as the default of today's date. Let's go ahead and create our table. So we have our table created. I'm going to go ahead and hit refresh here, and I'm going to go try to find it in our list here. So it's cars table. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and I'm going to hit import data. Next we're going to select the file, cars. So I'm going to hit browse over here. Select the cars, XLSX. This file's here is because I got it open, but it shouldn't matter. I'm just going to select it. Okay, now it previews our data below. I'm going to make it select the format as an XLSX. Sheet 1 is where our data is as we're looking at it. We're going to tell it has a header, so it already found the header, the make and the model. We're not going to skip any rows, and the preview limit is at 100, but we don't, which is fine because we have 18 rows. So we're going to hit next. We're going to do the insert method on this table, cars table, import row limit. We're not going to have an import row limit, so we're going to hit next. Our two columns are already selected, make and model. If we had like say 10 columns and we only want to do 5 of them, we can select just those 5. So that's why this screen's available to choose your columns. We hit next. Now they're trying to match up the data in the Excel with our data in our columns, and they're trying to do it by name. But since our name's a little different, as we have car, make, and make, it's different. But all we're going to do is do the position. So we're going to take the first column and match it up. The first column in the Excel and match up with the first column in Oracle. And then we're going to take the second column in Excel and match it with the second column Oracle. So we're going to do position. And there it is. The make lines up with that. And then we click, the model lines up with that. So this is the data for that and the make for that. So then we can hit next. And this is kind of the summary of what's going to go on. So then we can hit finish. And now it's saying our import data is done. It's successful import and the data was committed. So it is the table. Now if we just select data on our table here, we see it. So it entered all these rows in. There was 17 rows. I mean the row 1 being the header. And we had our creation date added here. So each time it added creation date with it. So that concludes this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it below the video. And remember to stay hungry and keep learning.